Heard her there. Let's discuss further with the SABC's Chriselda Lewis. She's on the line for us. Chriselda, so some people would like the ANC to immediately resort to a suspension. That didn't happen here, but is there any indication that they were nudged to step aside in an election year?
Well, certainly, Francis, it was going to be very dicey for the ANC. I mean, just, a few weeks after you had these allegations against Pule Mabe, and then him going through an internal process of the ANC, which subsequently cleared him, then came these allegations of rape against the second individual who speaks on behalf of the president in the ANC. These allegations coming to surface. So it was going to be very difficult for the ANC, and they needed certainly to be seen to be taking some action. While, Francis, I indicated in that clip that when I spoke to Pule Mabe yesterday as well as this morning, he certainly didn't seem to have any indication of the fact that there was anything coming, or he would basically, he was going to step aside, or even that the party was going to ask him to step aside. So at this rate, it certainly seems that the ANC would need to ensure that there's a lot of the reputational damage that has been done. A lot of work is done to undo that, especially as we head towards this election. And the ANC certainly can't see at this point a situation where it has such top officials within its structures who it seems they are not going to take action against, especially because we're talking about violence allegedly that has been perpetrated against women in both these cases. So the ANC caught between a rock and a hard place. It certainly cannot have the two individuals at this stage speak on behalf of the ANC, given that we're heading to this election.
On the other hand, you mentioned Marius Fransman, which shows that it could take years to resolve these matters. Now, Mabe's alleged victim said she'd go to the CCMA. I believe that has not been done. There's not even a rape case open in the case of Zizi Kodwa. So how will this all be resolved?
And that was exactly the question I had posed, Francis, to the ANC Secretary General this afternoon at that press briefing, because I had indicated precisely that, was that you do not have a matter that has gone before the CCMA at this stage in the Pule Mabe matter, and you don't have any rape charges that have been reported at the police station, or a rape case opened at the police station against Zizi Kodwa. So what is likely to happen here is that these two faces of the ANC are unlikely to be in front of the campaign trail publicly, I guess, or speaking in front of cameras for a very long time, at least not going into this election. Because what it clearly does seem to suggest at this stage, and all indications we've checked with the police as well, that no case has been opened against Mr. Zizi Kodwa, and it will possibly take some time for the CCMA to hear the story or the case pertaining to the alleged victim of Mr. Pule Mabe. So we're expecting it to drag on for quite some time at the moment, but it certainly seems to be an issue of damage control on the part of the ANC, where it is saying to itself, what do we need to do to ensure that when we go out campaigning for this election, there will not be some of these skeletons, if I may, which the communities will be asking about and asking how the ANC has acted, whether they have not been found guilty of any of this. But one of the key things that the Secretary General of the ANC had pointed out to was the issue of public perception. And the ANC is very cognizant of that at this stage, is that irrespective of the fact that both individuals have not been found guilty in a court of law, I guess in the court of public opinion and perception, I guess, at a crucial time, such as this heading to an election, that might have somewhat a more damaging effect to the reputation of the ANC.
All right, thank you very much, the SABC's Chriselda Lewis, and she'll follow that story for us.